histogram for a group data distribution. So that you should know what is meant by histogram. So you are familiar with bar graphs. As I think already you are familiar with bar graphs in your small classes. You might did this work. So in particular 1 hour, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. in between during this period of time, how many vehicles passed your house? There are several motorbikes. So you will write motorbikes here. How many motorbikes? You have to mark the number in vertical axis. Number of vehicles. 7 motorbikes. And there are two vans. Two vans. Sorry, two vans. Bus. There are 4 buses. Likewise, you did this work already. So in most of the students might misunderstand these two things, histogram and the bar chart. Bar chart, in between the bars you will have a considerable amount of distance. Okay, the differentiation between the bars, that is a considerable about. By looking at that we can interpret whether it is a bar chart or histogram. In actual histogram, not always it is starting from the vertical axis itself. Sometimes it might start from the middle, but in between bars there is no any distance. Okay, there is no any difference. Continuously the width of bar, that is same. Here the width of the bar is 5 centimeter. Here also it should be 5 centimeter. Likewise, only the value, the vertical value is changing. The bar width, it doesn't change. And one more thing, while we are drawing the frequency polygon, that is an important thing. You have to mark the midpoints of each bar in the histogram and initial and finalized point. Then by connecting them, we can produce the frequency polygon. That is an interesting topic to discuss under this lesson. So initially, we are going to draw, we are going to determine how to draw the histogram for a group data distribution. So initially, the class interval. This is an important thing you should know. And thereafter, frequency table. I will write them, thereafter I'll explain. Class interval 0 to 5 and 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, and 20 to 25. Okay, this is the given values. By using this value, we are going to plot our graph. But here, I have a doubt that how this 0 to 5 came from. So what is meant by the frequency? In a group data distribution, that means you have several data. For an example, mm, in assembly, okay, in your school assembly, how many students attend from each ages? Okay, ages. You so 20 to 25 is not there. So we will take another example. In a bus, how many passengers? How many passengers in a bus? How many passengers in between these ranges of ages? So from 0 to 5 age, how many passengers are there? And thereafter, in between 5 to 10 age, how many passengers were there? Likewise, you have to analyze the data. But one more thing you have to understand, here also we are having 5 and here also we are having 5. So we have a conflict between both of them. So a person who is exactly 5 in age, if their age is less than 5, they belongs to this frequency interval. If their age is greater than 5, they belongs to this. Their age is exactly 5. So what can we do? If their age is exactly 5, so here you need one more data, that is called as the description of the reference table to draw the histogram. So I will give you 0 to 5. 0 to 5 interval means 0 greater than or equals x and 5. Okay, this is kind of a reference. So from this reference, what we can obtain here is, if the range is given as 0 to 5, the people who are having there is no any zero age, so we cannot consider about that one. So it is greater than that this one should be in this direction, in the opposite direction. So the ones who is zero in age or greater than that but less than age of 5, who belongs to this particular interval, we can get the reference from here. The ones who are having exactly 0 in age or greater than that. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, but not 5, because this range doesn't belongs to 5. Less than 5, all the values which are equals to 0 and greater than that but less than 5. There are two conditions: equals to 0 or greater than that but less than 5. Those particular aged people only belongs to the first frequency. Likewise, when you analyze next frequency interval, 5 to 10 means 5 less than or equals to x greater than this one. Okay. So here in 5 to 10 range, which aged people belongs to this particular class interval? The people who is having the exact age of 5, because in the inequality you can see an equal symbol as well. So the people who are having exactly 5 in age or greater than that but less than 10, they belongs to this particular interval. So what are the ages in whole numbers? Their ages 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. Only these aged people belongs to the second interval. Second interval. Likewise, for the next interval, whose age is exactly 10 or greater than that but less than 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Likewise, according to the reference system, we have to analyze. In both places we are having 5, but there is a conflict between exactly 5. The age is 5 means that person belongs to which interval? We cannot supply that person to both intervals, because a single human, we cannot split them. We cannot make cut a person into half and half to allocate for both intervals. So Adya, this is the crucial one. You have to read the reference table clearly to understand. So from here we obtain that the person who is having exactly 5 in age, who belongs to the second interval, because in the inequality we have an equal sign with 5. So if the age is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they belongs to the second interval. Okay, frequency, I'll give you random values. By using that, let's plot the histogram. So frequency here 3, 5, 2, 7 and 6. Okay, this is the frequency. These are the frequencies we are having. By using these frequencies, we are going to draw the histogram. In histogram, this is kind of a data representation method. No? So in here, you have to use two axes. One axis belongs to class interval, that is our horizontal axis. This is interval of ages. The persons who are having the age in between 0 to 5, number of people, that is frequency is mentioning the number of people who belong to that particular interval. So 3 people in that particular bus, 3 passengers are having the age in between 0 to 5. 0 to 5, but not exactly 5. And the people who are having exactly 5 and less than 10, they are in the second interval. There are 5 such people, 5 such passengers in the bus. So in the horizontal axis, let's draw the class intervals. So how to draw that one? So starting from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 0, 5, 10, 20, sorry, should be 15, 20 and 25. This is our class interval. Class interval for number of people who are in the bus. So here I'll use number of passengers. Likewise, number of passengers. In vertical axis, you have to note the frequency. That means number of passengers who belongs to that particular interval. So in vertical axis, we are going to plot our frequency. So starting from, I will make them as like this: 2, 4, 6, 8. You have much space. You can keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. To make my job easier, I made 2 as a single one. So in this axis, you have to denote frequency. Frequency. First, before starting to plot your histogram, do these groundwork properly. Just mark the axis properly and name the axis. Then start to draw the construction. So from starting from 0 to 5, in that interval, there are 3 passengers. So the frequency is 3. So 0 to 5, here 3. And thereafter 5 to 10, it is 5. Okay. And thereafter 10 to 15, it's just 2. 15 to 20, there are 7. So it should be here. This is somehow inclined with the straight one. And then finally 20 to 25, there are 6. There are 6 passengers in this range. Okay, this is the way. First, you should know what is meant by class interval, because if I give all the data one by one, age 1, 2 people, age 2, 1 people, age 3, 0 people, age 4, 0 people, age 5, 0 people, age 6, 2 people, age 7. Likewise, if I give that, the space is not sufficient to plot everything. That's why we made everything as groups. In this data distribution, that group is called as class interval. Okay, class interval. Each of them are called as data classes. In each class, there is a particular interval you have to maintain. If the class interval, the distance difference between, we will discuss that one later. The upper bound and lower bound of this interval, it should be same in all cases. 0 to 5, the distance difference is 5. Here also you should maintain the same difference. Likewise, but in the class interval, the table is already given. Frequency means number of people who belongs to that particular class interval. And this is the important thing. You have to read this carefully. From that, we can come to the conclusion that the person who is having exactly 5 in age, who belongs to the second interval. Likewise, just mark the axis and name them, plot your construction to complete the histogram. That's all.